Anyway, let's get started with this. Dead Monster's back. It's time for oKhaliD versus Dead Monster. Alright, let's do this. Late night BO5, oKhaliD DM. I think oKhaliD takes this. Neither player is on the most, hours past 2 that I'm used to seeing them on right now, but oKhaliD's been popping up in the occasional, apparently, Jack 1v1 video, so I think he's in decent form. And yeah, Jack and him have been trading rank 1 for most of this season. Every time I've seen this matchup in the past, oKhaliD has won it. But Dead Monster is a changed man since those days. I've not seen it recently. Dead Monster's really added a ton of aerial offense to his game since oKhaliD used to beat him every single time. But so is oKhaliD. I think both these guys, we used to point out how Dead Monster was kind of like one of those miniature oKhaliD type of players. He was very good at playing that style, that same grounded, very solid, consistent style. But just not as well as oKhaliD, who was just the best at it at the time. But yeah, they both added tons of aerial game to their offense since then. Oh, that's a great shot by Dead Monster. We need to take another look at this one. That's really well struck. So chips it middle, fakes an off the wall play, and then just shoots. That's really tough to predict for oKhaliD. He faked a challenge, expecting an air dribble maybe, and then he was going to fly up, but Dead Monster straight away just popped it over him. What happened here for the kickoff on Dead Monster's side? Oh yeah, he just didn't get goal side. So he's dodging to the inside there, but you need to be goal side of the ball if you're doing that. Otherwise it will just go the opponent's way. oKhaliD winning this one. The ball's in his half, but he's got it and he's got the boost. Bounce dribble gets started. And he wanted Dead Monster to come in. Dead Monster didn't. So oKhaliD actually missing out on an opportunity to score with the first bounce dribble of the game for him. I would have loved to. I mean, I used to say this back in the day as well. I want to see oKhaliD just go for it more with the bounce dribbles. Like, just want to see more shots, more proactive plays. But what oKhaliD likes to do early in a game is kind of see what kind of game his opponent wants to play, especially in a series. In ranked, he doesn't really do this as much because it's just a whole load of best of ones. But in a series, oKhaliD definitely likes to just find out what his opponent's trying to do, see what they're up to in defense, what they're up to in offense, and then adapt to them. And he better adapt quickly. Dead Monster's all over him right now. Dead Monster not for the first time. In fact, he's just done it again and again here. It's just challenged a bit earlier than oKhaliD's expecting. He's made moves a bit earlier than oKhaliD's expecting. It's that speed that's been the difference right now. oKhaliD indecisive. Dead Monster just going for absolutely everything immediately. But there we go. Now Dead Monster does commit. oKhaliD pops it over him. His second goal of the game. Kelpo4, thanks to the 5-month prime. Welcome back to the channel, man. Remember, the other goal for oKhaliD was a kickoff, so most of this game has been Dead Monster winning those midfield exchanges. He's been winning the mind games as well. Now oKhaliD's up in the pace, so he went full slow mode on the first attack that he did in this series. The bounce dribble, very, very slow. And then the next 2 attacks that he's made have just been rushed plays. oKhaliD's switching it up, and that is why he is such a dangerous player. He changes gears, and we see the big aerial play coming in clutch. 2-touch. Dodged before the first. Too hard for Dead Monster to stop. Another kickoff goes strongly in oKhaliD's favor. Dead Monster trying to get there and cannot do so. Second kickoff goal of the game for oKhaliD. Dead Monster used all of his boosts in that one. And if you use all your boosts in the kickoff, you better at least go even. Because anything else is just a goal for the opponent. So another win for oKhaliD. Notice the difference though. He's able to roll with that one and end up in the back corner with the ball. So big difference from the one we just saw, and it's 5-3 all of a sudden. Converts another kickoff possession into a goal with a full pitch air dribble bump. Yeah, notice the difference with how these two players are doing the kickoffs. oKhaliD trying to stick with the ball when he's doing the kickoffs. He's just trying to make sure that whichever way the ball goes, his cars also go in there. And whether it's in his half or Dead Monster's half, he'll be in the area. Dead Monster, a lot more about trying to win the kickoff and trying to force the ball through oKhaliD. He's got the ball through him here though. No denying the open net. Rare to see oKhaliD this far out of position on a 50-50. I think this is going to be a sweep. If I was to predict this, or if I was, a bookmaker making odds for this matchup, I think I'd probably have to make the sweep and the 3-1 in oKhaliD's favor be the most likely outcomes, because historically this matchup has been oKhaliD favored. He's sitting number 1 or 2 in the leaderboard right now. So you got to give it to him. Oh, this from Dead Monster though. Did he mean the slow roll? Sorry for making you watch it again, khalid, but we have to see how intentional this was. I don't know. The way that, I'm going to be honest, the way that Dead Monster is lining up that shot, I don't think he meant to slow roll that one. I think he was trying to bang it top corner, but it worked out wonderfully. So again, khalid rolls with the ball, and he ends up with possession. Even though it's in his half, he'd much rather take this. He's not going for the, not buying that challenge from Dead Monster, but dangerously gets underneath him and almost gets bumped. Dead Monster's just going to beat him to it, so khalid kind of playing with fire here, and he gets outplayed. Like, you know, he tried to trip up Dead Monster's landing, did not respect the recovery. Maybe he just thought his mere presence would be enough to force Dead Monster away from that ball. Dead Monster just dives right in. Didn't want to wait, didn't want to retreat. He didn't have any boost left, so he just had to do something there. khalid, high air dribble, that's going to waste some of Dead Monster's boost as he steals the 100 away now. So nice little investment for him, and he'll score in the next attack. Clinical from khalid. Probably didn't expect a goal from the first shot in the air, but what he knew was going to happen is that he could display a safe 50-50, recover, steal the boost away, and then go for another attack. Dead Monster with a rare kickoff possession. Immediately dives to the side boost, has his flip off the ceiling. khalid commits to the ceiling challenge. It looks like Dead Monster expected that to be a fake ceiling challenge because he didn't immediately make a move when khalid started diving in there. Here we go again. Dead Monster, not an ideal first touch, and another ceiling challenge for khalid. He just went for it twice in a row. Oh, he just jumps over the recovery. Dead Monster almost had a demo on him. That was a pretty good recovery by Dead Monster. khalid did not expect him to be back already, but oh my. Dead Monster was fully committed on the fact that khalid wouldn't expect him to be there. khalid just happened to jump right as he was coming. khalid probably plays with game sight. Most 1v1 players do. And most players at the very top of the ones game do. It's just a bit easier to read where your opponent is. It's technically an open net miss there for khalid, although you won't want to take any risks at a 1-goal lead. Speaking of a lead, there isn't one anymore. Dead Monster making sure of that. Nice angle on the attack there from Dead Monster. Blocking khalid. Fair bit. Kid up improved. Nice kickoff for Dead Monster. He's going to switch it up, and he's the player who's been losing most of the kickoff, so it's kind of on him to switch it up, as now we see that same move that we were talking about when we were watching the typical replay earlier, that side flip onto the sidewall. khalid not misreading it. Dead Monster's fake challenge forces khalid briefly out of position. The follow-up shot is not good. Dead Monster might just go for this. He doesn't get the shot off. Had a brief opening there. khalid actually going for a similar kind of play. Quick landing on the sidewall. Dead Monster is going to get the shot on the open net though. So khalid really messing up here. He's trying to flip into that ball, get a touch over Dead Monster, and then immediately land on the wall to get a follow-up touch to shoot or break away in the counter. But as you can see, if you don't make contact, it's a pretty risky position to be in. Dead Monster lead by 1. Less than 30 seconds to go in game number 1. khalid's got a big boost advantage. Dead Monster is actually going to get another goal. Oh, or is he? He's missed it. No, Dead Monster. Oh, he did everything right. He did so well until the open net. Oh, that's a bad one as well. He single jumps and pop it into the post. He did not need to play it like this. He could have absolutely slammed that on net. Oh, no way. Surely he saves this. Okay, he will. That's a disaster for Dead Monster. Could have been 9-7. Should have been 9-7. Instead, he is on the back foot in the closing seconds of regulation time. khalid going to keep this one in the air. Dead Monster gets the demo. Okay, we actually have a 0-second play for Dead Monster now. Catch and a full pitch dribble. khalid spawned far side. Did not pick up the 100 boost. That's going to be a tough save, but he gets it. What a save by khalid. Wait for Dead Monster to fly over his head and then makes the play on the ball. That is ballsy. Dead Monster taking control after the kickoff. khalid's got 12 boosts here. Okay, Dead Monster should know that. Baits the 50-50, gets the boost steal. Smart positioning by khalid. Get the ball to safety. Now, not the best first touch in the world by him. As always though, khalid able to get a decent 50-50, albeit mid-air. He's going to try and keep this in the corner. It's off his own crossbar. Oh, the pre-jump save for khalid, deflects it wide. You've got to be joking. That's worked out pretty well for him, but still Dead Monster in the attack. Double tap on target. khalid saves that one as well. But he is really struggling for boost here. Luckily for him, he had a little bit of time to grab some. Dead Monster flip reset, and the dunk is saved. oKhaliD once again denying Dead Monster, but he's been bumped as Dead Monster leaves the goal. It's still Dead Monster in attack. Got another reset. oKhaliD this time fakes the back wall challenge. Dead Monster dunks it in. What a goal. Well, look at this switch up from oKhaliD. He's made a couple of dive-in ceiling challenges. Fakes one that time. Dead Monster bit on it, but crucially managed to stay with the ball while he flew in for the play. So really well played by both players, honestly, at the end of that one. oKhaliD definitely fooled Dead Monster with that fake ceiling challenge. Dead Monster immediately shot to counter it. And, you know, had it not been for the fact that he managed to just stay with that ball after the initial shot, oKhaliD would have been in a breakaway, probably scoring. So such a big play there by Dead Monster. I told you his aerial game had leveled up since last time they played. Defense on in overtime though from oKhaliD was pretty special. Let's see how he responds in game number 2. I want to see more of kickoff mix-up from Dead Monster, because in game 1 he was definitely losing the majority of them. He's already lost 2 in game 2, 2 out of 2 in game 2. Load the space for oKhaliD. Immediate challenge by Dead Monster. He had far more momentum in the play. He actually got a reset on it as well. oKhaliD's just going to get there in time. But that was something special from Dead Monster. Flip reset challenge to then continue into an attacking position. He's having a lot of success with the 50-50s. An aspect of the game oKhaliD tends to dominate. oKhaliD's positioning to bait a shot here. He's actually asking Dead Monster to shoot, which Dead Monster obliges and then flicks the ball top corner. I don't know about this. This was very bold from oKhaliD to move off the line like this. There's only so far that he can clear that ball when Dead Monster pops it high into the air. So the main thing for Dead Monster in that play is just not to overcommit. Make sure that, you know, get the shot off, yes, but don't land out of position. oKhaliD steaming in for the next goal of the game. Not the best touch there by Dead Monster. He thought that he'd done a much better job with that one, popping it vertically, but he in fact shipped it middle. Dead Monster might be able to get to this one first. oKhaliD's actually waiting to see what Dead Monster does before deciding what he's going to do. Dead Monster absorbs another 50-50. That might be open to the top left. Dead Monster takes his time. oKhaliD forced onto the back foot again, but doing a really good job with his boost management this time. And will easily grab the back corner 100. Dead Monster thinking about the air dribble bump. oKhaliD is so good at defending air dribble bumps, man. I know this from watching so many AppJack videos against oKhaliD, where he's trying to air dribble bump oKhaliD, and oKhaliD's saving them by waiting for AppJack to fly by. He's, you know, preemptively going up and challenging right as the air dribble bump starts. He's got this ability to defend these. Now another ceiling challenge comes in. Dead Monster's got past this one. And although oKhaliD keeps mixing up this aerial defense really well, look at Dead Monster with the moves. Just lifting it over the challenge in the nick of time. He absolutely has evolved since the Dead Monster that these guys have, that we've seen in the matchups these guys have played. Bit fortunate there for oKhaliD. Look at how he lands on Dead Monster here. Dead Monster was beating him to the boost, but oKhaliD actually trips him up. That's extremely, extremely unlucky for Dead Monster. He just gets pit maneuvered as he's winning the race to the boost. Ryan Book, thanks to the Prime, welcome to the channel. oKhaliD getting close and personal here. He wasn't sneaking in for a challenge there. He knew that that one was in plain sight, but that is the point. It's so obvious that it works. Very important aspect of 1v1. You have to show your opponent that you're going and still go on occasion, or else you get predictable. oKhaliD never predictable, especially in a 1 series. Big bounce dribble starts. This one will be a proactive shot, but not a good bounce for oKhaliD to deal with. He was pretty close to scoring it though. Dead Monster flies down onto the boost, but oKhaliD gets the free ball. And I think he's got it in. Yes, he does. oKhaliD 4-2. Dead Monster trying to turn around and get back for this one, but there was no hope. He really committed a lot for the boost there. Ended up out of position. Dead Monster getting a better look at the ball post kickoff, and he does not waste time getting up into the air for these. No flip to work with just yet, but he gets it into the corner for the boost steal. Khaled not really too bothered by that as he counters with a boost steal of his own. Dead Monster intelligently dodges the demo. Calls Khaled's bluff on the mind game. Small boost pathing for Khaled, followed up by another excellent aerial challenge. That might actually just be in. It is. It was rolling on target. It's all about the angles for Khaled here. Dead Monster side onto the ball, realized Khaled was going, and he could not beat him to that one. Still pretty good ratio on you know, aerial play defense, I'd say, for Khaled. Even though Dead Monster scored a fair few, Khaled's also saving a lot of them. And these are some tough plays to stop. Uh-oh. Dead Monster with a bit of a, I would say a bit of a massive bean there, shall we say. As he tries to get the attack started and he just drives underneath the ball. I think he was a bit indecisive on that play. Khaled is going once again. Sees the opening. This is really, I think, the one aspect of ones that Khaled does better than anyone else. He just challenges so effectively at Dead Monster. We'll not know how Khaled got this one past him. Khaled just floating into position. Gets it right as the ball's bouncing, but really I think Dead Monster faked himself out on that play, flipped the wrong direction. The constant pressure is starting to get to him. Khaled going to start up another off-the-wall play, and with how reliable his recoveries are, of course he's going to go for this. Actually, speaking of reliable recoveries, that's not going to be a good one, as he's landed on Dead Monster. And that's what Dead Monster can look for in these plays. You know, if you can't force Khaled to get a bad 50-50, maybe you can tag Khaled's car in the landing. Just try and stall him. Try and make his recovery as slow as possible. Not the best takeoff by Dead Monster. Lots of work needing to be done here. No flip reset to work with. Angle proved to be too difficult. The shot also a bit too tricky to fire on target with any real venom. Khaled straight away into the air. Flip reset, decides not to flip into the ball though, because it didn't look like the angle was going to work out for him. With a 3-goal lead, no need to take any risks at all. Khaled actually looking to bump Dead Monster there. Dead Monster still got a shot off. Nice recovery by Dead Monster. You can see possession to Khaled once again. He's looking for those bumps off the ball. You know, both of these guys messing with each other's recoveries whenever they can. Khaled leaving the back corner boost for Dead Monster. Not sure about that one. This is going to be awkward. Dead Monster can't immediately score, but he's got a reasonable position for himself. Oh my goodness, Khaled somehow managed to... How has he managed to stay with this one? He had absolutely no boost on the back wall. And he just wave dashes, inverted half flips to avoid the demo, and then back flips the ball in. That is a ridiculous goal. There's just no way that Dead Monster expected Khaled to still be able to generate that much momentum, because he would have absolutely put him on, you know, at most 12 boost there on the back wall. He knew that Khaled was starting. Probably 0, you know, you could safely put Khaled on 0 boost there from Dead Monster's POV. Unfortunately for Dead Monster, sometimes Khaled doesn't need boost in order to get the ball moving quickly. 8-3, comfortable win in game 2. And oh, that must have been a channel point prediction. Hold on. What was it? Because everybody's celebrating way too much for a goal that doesn't change the outcome of the game. Oh, will there be more than 11 goals? You're joking. 10 or less, 11 or more. No way. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Wow. Everybody who bet on there being 11 or more goals, congratulations on your channel points. And if you're watching this on YouTube thinking, what are you talking about, Johnny? What do you mean betting? Where can I also gamble? Well, the good news is we're not actually gambling anything of real value. Channel points on Twitch are a currency that you acquire simply by watching a live stream, and you can use them to redeem. What can you even redeem in my channel, guys? You can highlight a message. What else can you do? I don't know what you can even do. My channel point rewards are pretty horrendous, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. But the accumulation of beans, which is the name that we have gone for the channel points in my channel, is definitely addictive. Who's got the most? Is there a beans leaderboard? If not, there definitely should be. That's really disciplined by Khaled. Dead Monster got his nose in front for the race to the boost. Khaled just locked him up. Oh, look at this. Dead Monster's starting to get a read on these Ceiling challenges and fake ceiling challenges. From this distance, he knows that, well, by the time oKhaliD actually goes for this, I can react. So I'm just not going to do anything too quickly here. No panic. Dead Monster able to see that that was a mind game. And just air dribble the ball over the top of it when it does happen. Here we go again. oKhaliD. I'm not actually going to land on this one. Now, Dead Monster messed up this play. But oKhaliD failed to connect. Now, what happened with oKhaliD's challenge here? Oh, he just expected a much lower touch. Dead Monster popped it a lot higher than I realized. So actually a good play by Dead Monster. I didn't realize how far away from that play oKhaliD was. I thought he was a bit closer when I called it a misplay by Dead Monster to wait that long. Actually, in hindsight, even though Dead Monster didn't have perfect vision in the play, the timing of his pop could not have been any better. It perfectly outplayed oKhaliD. Yeah, it's really difficult to reactively save these shots. oKhaliD knows that Dead Monster's got the capability of landing a reset extremely late on any shot. Oh, well played by Dead Monster. oKhaliD expecting Dead Monster to turn away and take the boost here in the corner. A lot of players would have done that. A lot of players would have just, you know, immediately turned to steal the boost while oKhaliD is making that touch in defense. But Dead Monster actually sticks around, waiting to see if there's even more to gain from the play. But he's not got to the boost in the back corner fast enough. oKhaliD even sealing the small pad away. This is devastating now. Dead Monster in a lot of trouble. oKhaliD double taps it top corner to open the scoring for him. Yeah, it's not a terrible idea to ceiling challenge as much as oKhaliD is doing. In fact, before this game, it was working pretty well for him. He had a couple of very successful, if not, you know, 3 or 4 very successful lunging ceiling challenges. He had a couple of successful mind game ceiling challenges. But this game, obviously, he's 0 for 2. Dead Monster just getting some really good outplays, good timing on his shots. Yeah, don't let Dead Monster's 1v1 rank deceive you. This guy's one of the best in the European server. Very smart ones player, and he's been adding the mechanics to his game. You know, anytime a top tier positional player can do that, it just levels them up, and that's how I'd best describe players like oKhaliD and Dead Monster in the past year. They've just been adding to their aerial game. And then you've got the opposite happening for players like Luis, who are just adding to their positional game and adding to their, you know, the mind games aspects of the game. They already had the unpredictability, they already had the mechanical ability. Neither player wanting to leave the ball here, knowing how important the pressure is. Dead Monster trying to make another big play happen, but that one might have been a bit too much. oKhaliD knew he had time, takes the touch, shoots the cross map open net, and ties game 3. Big mistake there by Dead Monster. I think at that point, getting an awkward reset on the ball like this, probably time to say no thank you to that aerial play. Look at this by oKhaliD. Deciding not to dodge into the ball here because maybe he can pop it on target, maybe not. But the good news is, if he doesn't score, he's going to have 100 boost. And Dead Monster is going to be the one who's playing catch up. And, you know, if you do score, then great. Even better. So that's a really good example of just playing the percentages from oKhaliD. Best case scenario, he scores. Worst case scenario, he's got possession and boost. So they're both winning positions. Even though a lot of players would have just snatched at the open net there. And it's missable. It was a missable kickoff goal for sure. oKhaliD wave dashing the landing now as Dead Monster bumps him out of the plate. High flick for Dead Monster. Didn't have almost any boost to work with there, and he's made a mistake. Dead Monster telegraphs his movement, ends up out of position. oKhaliD slams one in to the net across the field. Smithlord, thanks for 53 months of Tier 1. Welcome back to the channel, man. You need these beans. Wait, chat, what is the bean prediction this time? What is it? Dead Monster moves in for a boost steal, which is going to be huge. What a touch. On the turn. Oh, last goal. Who scores the last goal of the game? Okay. Look at this first touch by Dead Monster. That is actually wicked. The fact that he's able to pop that into a position that he can follow up, that oKhaliD can't, while staying away from any potential bump. So precise. You know, one thing that Dead Monster has been exceptionally good at in this matchup, delaying those 50s. Oh my goodness, Dead Monster! He just sends the ball from 0 to 100. Well, it's actually 0 to 80, I guess, but what a flick. You know, given the successive flicks from that sort of momentum. Can understand why khalid wouldn't want to move too far away. It's just as likely to be a mind game when Dead Monster's in these positions. khalid bounces the ball into space, and he's just so consistent with these open nets. He knows he's got time, doesn't rush himself. He's accelerating the ball with every touch, so the final shot will be even faster. Equalizes cross map once again. Wave dash for Dead Monster. Continuing to surprise khalid with this kickoff game. Always one step ahead on that one. Even though khalid had the position, Dead Monster was definitely closer to the play. But he doesn't get the aerial game started. I wonder if he meant to do that, because I mean, he didn't even make contact. You've got to expect a player at Dead Monster's level, especially with the aerial game we've seen, to at least make contact. As he's missed an open net here. khalid trying to get the immediate counter started. Dead Monster not going to give it to him. He's got the boost advantage and he's using it well. khalid comfortably saves the first shot. Saves a fair bit of boost while doing so, and follow-up shot from Dead Monster. It's just not good enough. He needed to get that higher into the net to force khalid to waste more boost than he did. This is a better position though for Dead Monster. He's got some space to work with now. Maybe he's not as comfortable flying off this wall as he's missed another open net from distance, and that's just not accurate from Dead Monster. He's managed to get himself into these positions. He's not executing on them anywhere near as well as khalid is. Now khalid trying to show him how it's done. Dead Monster with some save, and another save on the recovery. Wow, that is impressive from Dead Monster to stay in this one. khalid quickly recovers to keep himself in the game as well. Chat absolutely on a knife edge now as both players try to score the last goal of the game. It looks like it's going to be coming in OT. There it is, game 3. He'll lead the series going into game 4. khalid with the first possession in overtime. Pretends to go for the back corner there, but actually goes for the mid boost. Dead Monster has to settle for no ball, but 100 boost. khalid once again trying a snapshot, but not committing fully for it. He's still got 100 boost and possession if that doesn't work out. Very safe play from khalid. Out of the two, Dead Monster definitely looks like he's got a lot of unpredictability in his game right now as he just charges in for another challenge that khalid didn't see coming, and the demo as well. Dead Monster's going to get this, surely. What a play. He is winning the mind games in these exchanges, and it wasn't the first try, but he does hit an open net after getting an outplay on khalid. Dead Monster leads 2-1. Huge win there as well. I think out of the two, Dead Monster was the one who made more mistakes in this game, but he also had by far more outplays than khalid did. He's just out, he's getting, you know, he's making a few mistakes, yeah, but he's also getting tons of outplays. So it's working out. Casual Gamer Guy, thanks for the 4-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. Do I watch uni RL stuff? Like University Rocket League? If that's what that means, then no. But if it means something else, also probably no, because I don't know what it means. But no. I pretty much just watch RLCS in the big tournaments. Oh, what a save. Oh, he's got the boost as well. Dead Monster just doing everything right now. That's unbelievable. No way did khalid think the boost was going to be taken from him there. Strong 50-50 by khalid though. Open net right there for him. Oh my goodness, he just doesn't miss the open nets, does he? Probably cursed him for this game, but that was confident. Big 50-50 win. No, not an easy open net when you've got an opponent covering behind you. You never know if they're going for a bump, if they're going for a last-ditch save. He's been very consistent with these chances. The Monster more willing to take risks, and oh my goodness. Is he an evolved player or what? This is unbelievable. I mean, these shots, anyone would be happy with that. Waiting till so long to land the reset on the ball. khalid thinks, okay, he's close enough. He doesn't have a reset. I'm going to go. And then Dead Monster gets the reset shot off immediately. Positional play expertly done by khalid. He's got the reset early. Dead Monster will know that, but it doesn't help him as both players exchange brilliant reset shots. don't know, did Dead Monster miss the reset happening? Or watching his POV there, maybe he didn't know. I mean, he's got to think that khalid has one, even if he didn't see it happen. That late into an air dribble, you've got to think he's going to have a flip to work with here. Blake L206, thanks to the 3-month prime. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, khalid definitely needs to just be more decisive, I think, in some of these offensive positions. Gets himself into really, really good spots where he's got all the boost. Dead Monster's position is compromised, but then he just doesn't pull the trigger. And I think that's maybe the one thing that's missing from his game today. He's got the clinical finishing is just relentless. He just doesn't miss a banger from range. Every single one is just straight in the net. Compared to Dead Monster, who was definitely missing a couple of open nets last game. You know, if he could just occasionally go completely all in for a shot that Dead Monster might not expect, I think that's going to make it much harder for Dead Monster to defend all positions. So right now he's just assuming that khalid's not going to take any risks, and I like khalid doing that when he's got a lead, but I'd love to see him going for 1 or 2 risks in tight positions. Nice shot by Dead Monster. Really good follow up as well. Delays the flick until he lands, and he just places the second shot over the top of khalid's pre-jump. Theoretically, Johnny's gameplay should improve because he watches pro so much. Yeah, I watched, what's his name? Van Gogh, paint one time. Just instantly I became an amazing painter. And then I was watching one of these videos on YouTube the other day. It's like, one of these 20-minute videos showing it in sped up. In high speed, like somebody making a really complicated table, and then I just became a carpenter instantly. It's really amazing how that works. In case you don't get that I'm joking, Rocket League is 99.9% mechanics and 0.1% what you know. So unfortunately, even though you could literally know everything about the game, you're still not going to be a pro. You need to be mechanical for this game. It's all mechanics. Good speed by Dead Monster. Just clawing back into these positions. khalid not respecting him on this play. He just doesn't use enough boost there. khalid's thinking about saving boost in that play instead of trying to get the play off as quickly as possible, which he should just be getting down onto the floor as quickly as he can. Getting up to the ball as quickly as he can. The threat is there. Dead Monster's still there. Dead Monster bump on the back wall. Oh, another open net miss though. I don't think he realized how open that was. khalid was completely compromised by that bump. But he's definitely not compromised by that play. khalid might slow roll him here. He's thinking about stopping it, but just taps it in at the back corner. Back post bottom corner. Watch football since I was 5, but here I am 21 years later, still bad at football. It's funny how that works. I don't know, it's this thing, it's a video game thing. Have you guys seen the tweet from, I think it was some journalist recently tweeted out that esports is going to be part of the Commonwealth Games in 2022. And there's, of course, so many replies hating on games and hating on esports. Because all the boomers are furious whenever their sporting events are tainted by esports. But that's something you'll always see with esports. People just assume that it's easy to it's a video game. You just watch somebody play. Yeah, it looks easy. I could do that. Falls in the same category for me. Good save by Dead Monster. Recovery not so much. Not that he could do much about it. And khalid just doesn't go for the shot. See there, I think top left looked pretty welcoming. I think he's just going to go for it there. Just bang it top left. Dead Monster saves it, he saves it, but you've got to go at some point. He's going to get the clean out play nonetheless, but yeah, for me, I wanted to see that top corner shot. It's a 1-goal lead. It's not that safe. Not that safe. That's a much better play by khalid. Pre-flip challenge, secures the back corner boost as well. Our Dead Monster's not got any to work with. khalid going to get a boost steal for himself off the back of that play. He's looking now to just waste as much time as possible. 2-goal lead, under a minute remaining. And he's got all the boosts. Dead Monster has none. So as long as he can just keep on making safe plays and recovering, he's in a very good spot. Like I said, I don't like seeing that on a 1-goal lead, but on a 2-goal lead, this is actually a pretty good idea for khalid. He's going to keep on going for awkward shots, awkward 50-50s, trying to starve Dead Monster of opportunities and time. Dead Monster getting a bit frustrated by this. He snatches at the first glance that he had at khalid's goal. khalid was there to block that one as well. Now, almost 20 seconds left. Same play by khalid. Just forces the save, seals the boost away. He's just letting the clock do the work for him here. This is smart play. There haven't been any clear-cut chances, so he's just popping the ball into awkward positions and eventually gets a goal for himself. That whole minute just completely under khalid's control. Dead Monster couldn't do anything. There was maybe a couple of opportunities to get 50-50s, but that was it. We are going to go into game number 5. I know you guys definitely wanted to see that. Is that what the prediction was for this one? Are we going to game 5? What are we looking at for this last prediction? Who won the beans? Game 5 and count. Yeah, so we are going to go to game 5, and yeah, when khalid does win, when he gets these small leads, it looks pretty devastating. He's very good, as always, at just forcing more and more mistakes from his opponents, holding advantages, small advantages, until the end of the game. But I've got to give it to Dead Monster. He's been much more brave in front of net. He's been a lot more willing to go for those glorious opportunities, just go all in. Sometimes it gets him scored on, khalid walking in open nets, but it definitely puts a ton of pressure on khalid, and you're seeing the reward of that repeatedly as khalid has to just try and guess what Dead Monster's doing, because Dead Monster's been so unpredictable. Not the black profile. Yeah, I've got a black profile picture as well. I changed it to that one time. It was quite a while ago now. I was playing on my account, but I changed my name and my profile picture to be anonymous because I just couldn't be bothered with. I think there was. I'll usually do that if there's like somebody trolling me, which does happen sometimes. Unfortunately, people just see a name and they're so desperate for attention that they troll rank games. And if you're playing late at night, you just get the same people over and over again. But yeah, since then I just never bothered to change it back, so I still have the black profile picture. I just haven't been bothered to go and dig out a real one. But here we go. Game 5. khalid trying to set up an immediate shot. And the threat of that actually forces Dead Monster to concede the back corner boost. That's not a play that Dead Monster wanted to be making, but khalid's first touch there forced Dead Monster to stay goal side, cover the shooting angle, and now his boost is gone. khalid's going to try and keep taking away more and more corner boosts and wait until Dead Monster crumbles. This is great work so far. Much better clear though there by Dead Monster. That's going to put khalid on the back foot and give Dead Monster a bit of space to work with. Not enough. So wait for that back corner boost to respawning. Oh, he might have got it. No, khalid actually able to steal the boost away again. That's 5 boost steals in a row. And even a pull shot on Dead Monster, forcing him to clear the ball. Oh, look at this by khalid. He has just controlled the play for 49 seconds, taken every single boost away, and now Dead Monster's conceded off a back foot flick. That's crazy. I mean, great execution of the flick. The reason the backflip flick is so good is that even if your opponent does get a touch on the ball, you're actually recovering really quickly. Dead Monster there faking the back corner boost grab. khalid not buying it. That little wiggle there by Dead Monster is supposed to convince khalid to turn around. khalid not falling for it. He actually got a flip reset on Dead Monster's car there, and now he's been spun around by Dead Monster. What? Well, that's an extremely fortunate interaction for khalid. He looked like he might be out of position. Dead Monster somehow spun him around, and it worked wonderfully for khalid. He just faced the play. He's like, great, this is where I wanted to be. Delayed flick by Dead Monster. khalid accelerates into a shadowing position so he can react to it. It's so important that khalid accelerates up to supersonic there, otherwise he's not going to make a save. Now much slower setup from Dead Monster. khalid gets faked out of this one, so he's trying to wait for the bump to go past him and then make a save, but in all this time waiting, he lost his momentum and he couldn't actually get a save on it. So well done by Dead Monster, shielded the ball for long enough. And khalid is just a little bit too out of position. Love that positioning by Dead Monster. Notice his approach there. He's covering every possible angle that khalid has, and now he's the one with the boost steal. khalid forced to pre-flip into this. Dead Monster, a good first touch, could have had a shot off there. Instead, goes in for another boost steal, but it's not spawned. That was way too early by Dead Monster, and khalid not wasting any time. And the counter-attack started. That's going to force Dead Monster to defend with low boost. You'll notice that the speed of khalid's attack there is what forced Dead Monster to make a play before grabbing 100 boost on respawn, and that's key. Because now Dead Monster still boost starved. khalid actually missed the steal. Didn't get it. It spawned right behind him. And now he goes for the high air dribble. Dead Monster able to stop it. The game plan is clear for khalid. He's identified that eventually, if he can just continually attack Dead Monster, Dead Monster's going to crumble eventually. And he's trying to go for continual boost steals time and time again, and then eventually get a shot off. So there it is, another shot threatened. It will be saved, but the boost is gone. Dead Monster's having to make do with the small pads. khalid completely controlling the game here. Top shelf flick. This is just an absolute clinic on playing for the percentages. No risks being taken by khalid here. Just full control. And the way that he is positioning the ball is actually denying Dead Monster boost in a lot of these exchanges. Dead Monster able to chaperone the ball into the boost there after the kickoff though. Another flick play for him. khalid faked a reverse challenge. Immediately flies up in the air to deny air dribble. Just bad defense. If you think this is bad defense by Dead Monster, you have never played ones in your life. Because this Dead Monster is doing pretty well here, but there's just nothing he can do. khalid has been so efficient. He's been in full control in Game 5. Dead Monster, I think, has had 2 chances. Yeah, 2 shots. And khalid saved one of them. So, I mean, when you've had 2 shots in 3 minutes of gameplay, what are you supposed to do? khalid is just... He's been in full control. Now he concedes that boost because it would have been dangerous to grab it. Dead Monster threatening the demo there. Now he's got the reset from distance. He decides to mind game because I think dodging was just likely to result in either a save or a miss. Dead Monster didn't want to gamble for that when he's already down by 2 goals. But how many chances is he going to get? khalid missing the target though, so big difference. The first mistake from khalid in offense, and straight away it's a goal. So here khalid is trying to just shoot that ball high into the net. Dead Monster's forced to save it, and then he can steal the boost away. We've seen that play time and time again in this game. But once he hits it too high, what happens? Dead Monster scores. Now here comes khalid again. High shot, boost steal. He will commit for the second shot here. Wow, what a save by Dead Monster. He's actually going to get a goal off this? You're joking. That's such a good play. 0 boost, double save by Dead Monster. The ball comes right back towards him, and he strikes it with power that khalid cannot catch up to. Just over a minute to go. khalid has completely dominated this game when it comes to possession. When it comes to control, Dead Monster has been so clinical. khalid's going to be in front again though. Dead Monster underestimated the flick that he was able to generate. He would have flipped it back towards his goal if he knew that was coming. The wave dash recovery is going to get Dead Monster the next play on the ball. khalid immediately turns. Dead Monster controls another 50, but a pre-flip from khalid takes it away from Dead Monster just as he thought he was going to get another look at goal. Distant shot from khalid. Trying to force Dead Monster into an awkward position, but it's actually going to work out wonderfully. Dead Monster again flying in with a threatening shot. This time the crossbar denies him. khalid was out the game. Dead Monster actually gets a demo though. Oh my goodness, he's going to get a goal. Well, that cannot have been what khalid was expecting. Dead Monster was not moving, but he, at the last second, dodges into a demo. That is so clutch. He was just driving around. He's not supersonic, and then he accelerates to supersonic with a dodge. Kind of getting a pre-flip demo there onto khalid. And Dead Monster looks like he's going to be the one scoring. Oh my goodness, khalid's there to save it. He's got absolutely no boost, though. Dead Monster's got a great chance. I feel like he might have blown it there because he's given away 100 boost. He could have kept khalid on 0 boost there if he played a bit more carefully. Could have used khalid's own style against him. The style that's been so effective for him in this 5th game. khalid staying close to the ball. Doesn't want to give Dead Monster another air dribble. Dead Monster boldly keeping the ball in the air. Tries to turn right as khalid came in for the back corner demo. And we're going to decide this series in overtime Game 5. Big kickoff for Dead Monster. khalid playing catch up this time. Dead Monster doesn't get the power on the shot though, and khalid saved up a fair bit of boost here. He's able to accelerate the ball across the box and, importantly, stay away from the potential demo. And that's going to force Dead Monster into the air. khalid back to the game plan. Difference being that this time Dead Monster's got 65 boost, not the 30 or so that he was stuck with earlier in the game when oKhaliD was doing this to him. That's able to accelerate him back into the play. Possession is his once again. Dead Monster with a little bit of space, and the series win. He sees the challenge coming, and straight away oKhaliD drops GG's. What a great game. What a great series this was. Dead Monster was completely on the back foot for the majority of it, but he took his chances and takes down oKhaliD in 5. Great stuff by a completely evolved player. I mean, it's cool to see that, you know, exactly what we've known about Dead Monster this whole time. He's been working on his aerial game for so long, and now finally you see the reward for all that hard work. He's a threat in the air, he's a threat in the ground, he's a threat with his mind games. Always a threat in this format. Dead Monster, so impressive today. But my goodness, that was unreal to see oKhaliD just control the game for so long. And you know, there's one huge play actually that I want to take another look at, because this is the turning point here. oKhaliD had, you know, pretty much full control the entire game up until this point. Big mistake by oKhaliD. This is the first mistake that he made in offense. He played flawlessly in offense all game, and then he tried to flick this top corner, and if that's on target, Dead Monster has to jump, and then oKhaliD steals the boost, and we're right back to that same rotation that we're seeing all game long of oKhaliD controlling the game, controlling the boost, forcing Dead Monster into awkward positions. And Dead Monster, you know, if he has to jump here, 44 boost becomes 20. So that could have been huge. A big mistake by oKhaliD. Dead Monster knows that that's high, so he just lets it bounce and avoids the demo, clutches the shot. So that's a big play. And then this is an even bigger play by Dead Monster. So yeah, you relied on a mistake for this one, but this is just, there's no mistake here. I mean, that's a good shot by oKhaliD. Same game plan. Force Dead Monster out of position with a save, seal the boost away, and then come back around for another shot. But actually, the fact that Dead Monster didn't save this first shot so well worked in his favor. That is not a good save. Like that right there, not ideal. But what is ideal is that Dead Monster still has some boost to work with. Flies off the inside of his post to get a big 50-50, and the ball bounces straight back to him, and he bangs it. And that's not an easy shot. This is actually difficult to hit on target. You've got 0 boost. The ball's not moving that fast, and he just perfectly strikes it bottom left corner. Absolute perfection. Yeah, oKhaliD got another goal, but then Dead Monster was finally able to get into a play. This is one of the few times where his kickoff got him into good position. oKhaliD, a great challenge, and a really good pre-flip out play, so massive play by oKhaliD to get back in control. I don't know about this one. This is probably another misplay by oKhaliD. He was playing really well up until like the final, you know, 90 seconds or something. But this is a misplay because oKhaliD has to put that on target. It has to go towards the net, and he just mishits it. It's not even close. And what that means is that Dead Monster can go for the boost and then grab the ball. If that's on target, Dead Monster will have to just make a save. And you know, ideally oKhaliD's hitting that off the ground as well, so it forces Dead Monster into the air. That's his plan. Get Dead Monster up into the air, because then he can come in, demo him, or take another boost away. But instead it's just a turnover. Dead Monster does so well with it. Denied by the bar. But look at this. Pre-flip demo. So clutch. I mean, how do you even think of this? See there, from oKhaliD's POV, it doesn't even look like Dead Monster is anywhere close to supersonic. Right here, he's thinking, alright, if anything, I'm the one who's supersonic. If anything, like, Dead Monster's an idiot for sticking around here. He might get demoed. There's an explosion, and you know, you'd be forgiven to think if this Dead Monster is dead, who comes out the smoke but Dead Monster? So that was crazy to see. How's it a demo? It's because he pre-flipped into it. Watch. Right there, that's supersonic. The speed flip accelerates him into supersonic. He's not supersonic here. Now he is. See, grab that 12 boost, speed flip, supersonic. It's a pre-flip demo. See that? 12 boost, demos him. Now it looks a bit weird in the replay, but that sometimes happens with demos because the replay is trying to best guess where players are based on the information it's receiving. But yeah, I could see how that would be a demo. See, the hitbox of the Octane is not exactly on the front of the car. Hitbox is actually like slightly, well, when you're upside down, it's slightly underneath you. So in fact, when he comes in here, yeah, the hitbox, the bottom, well, what's now the bottom, the top of the car, which is now the bottom because we're upside down, just hits the front end of Khaled's car, and that's a demo. There's nothing to complain about there. Looks normal to me. I think it was a crazy good play, pre-flip demo. And then yeah, Khaled makes a really good save here. It looks like it might be over, but he makes a good save. He's on the back foot. Deadmonster kind of messed this up, because right here, he should be able to steal that far corner boost away. He just needs to pop the ball on target, take the boost away, but he doesn't get the shot on target, and was worried about how bad that 50-50 was, so he went all the way back into defense. And yeah, overtime, Deadmonster again, first up in the play, concedes possession, Khaled steals the boost away, but because this is happening in midfield play after 100 boost is grabbed, it's not that bad. Like, as long as Deadmonster at some point can get 100 boost, this play that Khaled's going for is not actually that bad. Because if you're landing on your back wall with 60, 50, you're fine. You can accelerate into the next play, keep contesting the ball. It's only when Khaled forces Deadmonster to do this, when he's on as low as 30 boost, then he jumps, 30 turns to 20 or 10. That's much harder. And Deadmonster's so patient. Waiting for his big chance. This looks like it could have been a little bit risky. Like, if Khaled wave dashed in the wall here, this might be Deadmonster dying. Like right here. If Khaled, like right now, you see that all his wheels are on the ground. If he wave dashes into the wall and then flips, Deadmonster's probably dead here. But the ball would most likely be... Actually, I don't know. Okay, the ball was... Yeah, it's probably a game over, but... Yeah, Khaled went for a challenge that was a bit sneaky. He goes for a sneaky challenge at the end of the game here. So he fakes one challenge and then he tries to sneak in behind the ball, hoping that Deadmonster won't flick it. But I think great play by Deadmonster to flick this. Worst case scenario, you're gonna get a 50, maybe get a boost steal. Best case scenario, you win. Really, really well played. But super, super high level game there by both. I'm impressed. A little bit of I think the same thing I've said about Khaled's offense in, a lot of my criticisms towards Khaled's one's gameplay recently have been that he just doesn't go for, I think he should go for it more. He goes for full control, and he controlled the game for like 3 minutes 30 seconds there, and he only had a 3-1 lead to write home about. You've controlled the game for that long and you only have a 2-goal lead. Now, as long as you can keep playing perfectly, that's great. But all it takes is one mistake, and now suddenly the game's completely wide open again, and it was that crossbar flick from Khaled that was the mistake.